Somebody had stolen a 12-year-old Cassius Clay's bike, and he was out in the streets looking for that person when a police officer confronts him and he says, "Hey man, what's wrong?" This young Cassius Clay tells him, "Man, somebody stole my bike and I'm gonna whoop him." And this police officer tells him, "Well, you better learn how to fight then." And he gets Cassius Clay into boxing, and the rest is history. So we all know what Cassius Clay and eventually what would become Muhammad Ali would do in boxing. There is some controversy on his exact record as an amateur. A few records have it that he was 100 wins, 5 losses, 125 and 5, 134 and 7, 137 and 7, and 99 and 8. So those are 5 different accounts of what his amateur records actually were. But you couldn't deny he had some good accomplishments while in the amateur ranks. He was a 6-time Kentucky State Golden Gloves champion and a 2 times national champion. He also won the Amateur Athletic Union national title. And of course, in 1960, he won the gold medal in Rome. And from that time, you could see a young Cassius Clay molding his style. He loved to move his feet. He loved to dance. He was fast, but he had some brushing up to do. He had some trouble with the distance, keeping his jab out there, he would let his opponent hit him get closer than he ever would in the future. Cassius Clay fought Jimmy Ellis twice, who would become world champion in the future. He split fights with him. He would beat Henry Cooper, someone he would later beat in the amateur rankings. A few other opponents that didn't do much in the professional ranks, but that beat him in the amateur were Kent Green, who actually knocked him out in the second round, and Terry Hodge, who beat a Muhammad Ali uncut in the first round of their fight. So those are a few notable fights in his amateur careers. Now to go over his Olympic victories, he beat Ivan Beckhaus from Belgium on cuts in the second round, Gennady Shatkov from the Soviet Union, and that's a significant win because, as we all know, Soviet boxers are so good and they're such a force in amateur boxing. He beat Tony Madigan from Australia in the semifinals and Zbigniew Petrikowski from Poland in the finals to win his gold medal. And Ali wrote that when he came home with this gold medal, he was so proud, but he came home and he went to a restaurant and it was for whites only, so he couldn't go. Even though he was an Olympic gold medalist, they would not serve him. So what he did was throw the medal into the river, into the Ohio River. And it has said that is not true, that Ali lost the gold medal a year after. And what happened was they gave Ali another medal in the 1996 Olympic Games in Atlanta, where he actually lit the torch with a shaking hand. It was such an amazing moment that he finally got to lit the torch, and he's finally recognized as a great figure in sports, period. His fellow Olympic gold medalists from the United States in this picture are Wilbur McClure, who won the gold medal in light middleweight, and Eddie Crook, who won it at middleweight. Eddie Crook would not fight at all in the pro rankings, and Wilbur McClure had a record of 24-9, and he would never fight for a world title. So Ali was clearly the one that was going to be successful as a group, and they knew it. They knew it from the Olympic Games at that time in 1960. They knew this Cassius Clay guy. They knew that he was going to be someone. But I don't think anybody imagined from what they saw in the games, even though he looked spectacular, he looked great. I don't think anybody imagined that he would become what he became. I don't think anybody knew that they were looking at the next Sugar Ray Robinson.